No one more frustrated than me, but look, it is what it is. Just gotta come back stronger and be ready to go for whenever that is at the end of the week or if it's starting next week. I don't know. See how things settle down, but it's nothing major, thankfully, and I'll be good to go.
Is it the hamstring?
Yeah. It wasn't a tear or anything like that. It was it just tightened up in me a little bit after half time. And I don't know whether that was just down to just being freezing coming out after half time. I don't know, but it's like I said, it's nothing major, and I'll be back training by the end of the week, hopefully, and try and hit the ground running then.
Is it frustrating that to get something like this at this time as well, as you said?
It's always the way, isn't it? I seem to always pick up my niggles when I get anywhere near an Irish camp. Like I said, I did 4 or 5 weeks with Leinster. Didn't miss a session. Was on the pitch every day. Like I said, obviously came off early against Connacht with a bang in the noggin. But I played Eddie against Ulster. Felt great. Being a bit rusty, obviously at the start of the game, but sort of grew into the game and was feeling great against Munster. So look, I'm glad I got sort of two games under the belt as such, and felt good physically in them. So this is just a small setback, and I just got to view it as that. And like I said, work hard this week and be ready to go next week, hopefully.
When you look back at last year, the Six Nations last year and the year overall, what did Ireland need to learn from it? Where do you see the team at the moment?
A little bit like I just said to Sinead there. I think it's consistency, isn't it? Like, we were sad after winning the first 2 games last year. We thought everything was brilliant and gravy. It was probably the happiest dressing room I've been in and the happiest camp for a long time. I remember after the Wales game, we had a good night together. The world was normal. There was no COVID at that stage, and we were on track for everything we wanted, the Grand Slam, the Triple Crown, everything. And we came unstuck in Twickenham. We learned some lessons from that, and then we'd hoped that we'd be able to still win the championship. We gave ourselves a chance. Come down to the last game, we weren't good enough. So I think it's our consistency that is the key. Obviously there's areas of our game that we need to keep improving, of course, but we can't be so good for 20-30 minutes of a game and dip off for 10, 15, 20 minutes. That would cost us, or be bad for half and then be good for another. We need to just go out, be more consistent. And something that we've always spoke about with Irish teams over the years is when we have that consistency, we tend to do really well. We don't want to be the team that does one great performance and then dip down, and because ultimately you'll never win anything doing that. So that would be the big thing, I think. 95
caps I've got you on. So if you're fit and the body's good, 100th cap against England.
Yeah, that would be a right distraction, wouldn't it? It would be, look, it's something always in the back of your mind. Like, it would be a pretty incredible feat, I suppose, especially for me when I didn't get my first cap till I was 23, I think it was. So to get there, I never thought I'd get there. I still mightn't, but it would be a very proud moment if it came to it. But again, at the moment, I need to just get fit and get ready for Wales. That's a long time away. A lot of rugby to be played. The international game is so attritional that you can only take it a game at a time. It's hard to stay fit and stay at 100% all the time. So a lot of luck needed to get to that point. But something to aim for anyway.
Firstly, it's been a very different season in club terms so far. What impact has that had on you and the group, and how do you need to deal with it?
Well, I suppose from the get-go, the first Six Nations that we was involved in a year ago, it got halted. It got halted at halfway through it, and then from then on in, we've had to be adaptable, and I think we've done that pretty well. It was obviously very different for everyone. We didn't know when the season was going to get back up and running, and everyone worked tirelessly to make sure that happened. And over here in Ireland, things have gone pretty smoothly, The protocols are in place and everyone's been unbelievably professional to give the fans what they want. and that's a bit of rugby on the television at the weekend. You know, we know by watching the Premiership football, etc., and the Gaelic games. It's pretty important to everyone that's out there that can't get out and about at these hard times and get to watch live sport. So we understand our role in all of that. But obviously, it's been a strange old year, but it is what it is, you know. And for us, we've got to be adaptable and get the best use out of this weird situation, really.
Are there more imponderables just in terms of where the various teams might be, the Six Nations, in terms of their fitness, for instance? Because there's been different schedules for different nations.
I don't think so, Gabriel, because knowing the coaches, knowing the environments of the coaches in the Six Nations, they will back themselves to get the players up to speed. And not just that. When you're talking about international players, they know what their goals are, and the first goal is to obviously get selected. But once they've got selected, the second goal is that when they are selected in the squad, that they're up to a speed mentally and physically to be able to get going from the word go. And I don't see that being any different in any squad.
What did you learn most of all from your first year in charge?
Again, to be adaptable. But I suppose. There are parts of our game that have been pretty good. Consistency in the whole competition is something that we look to aspire to get better to. We're realists as well of where we're at. I suppose the standings don't lie, and rightly so. I think that people are talking France and England's prospects up more than ourselves, but we certainly aspire to getting back up to that group. To do that, our performances need to be of a standard that we expect them to be at.